Hi, this is Gretchen from the Avondale Civic Center Library. Welcome to More to Explore. More to Explore is a program for ages 6 to 12. In More to Explore, we will learn, create, and share. Tune in every week for new activities. Last week's Brainteaser question was, a horse tied to a 10-foot long rope is able to eat a bale of hay that is 15 feet away. How? The answer is the other end of the rope isn't tied to anything. So even though the horse had one end tied to him, the rope was just laying there. This week's question is, a convict who cannot swim escaped from an island prison. No other person or object was used in his escape. How did he escape? Watch next week to find out. Welcome to More to Explore. Today we're going to do an experiment called hopping corn. What you need is a clear container with water in it, and it doesn't have to be a brand new container. You can use an old jar, like a pickle jar or something like that. You're also going to need the baking soda, popcorn, vinegar, and if you have food coloring, you can put food coloring in the vinegar if you would like, and then a spoon to stir it up. You can also add the food coloring directly to the water cup. So what I'm going to do is take my baking soda, and there are 2 tablespoons in here. I'm going to pour it into my water. And right now when I pour it in, it's all going to go to the bottom. So I need to stir it to dissolve the baking soda so that it's all throughout my water, because that's important to make our popcorn hop today. So I'm stirring it in. It's okay if it doesn't all go into the water to make a solution. Some of it becomes precipitate, and we'll talk about that later in the video. All right, so I've got it stirred up. Now what I'm going to do is I just need a small amount of popcorn. I have a bunch of popcorn in this bag right here, but I don't need to add all of that. I just need a small handful of popcorn. So put that in here. Whoop. Lost a couple pieces, but that's okay. So you'll notice most of my popcorn sinks right to the bottom. I have like one little guy floating around on the top there, but most of it's in the bottom. But let's see what happens when I add my vinegar. So I'm going to take my vinegar and pour it into my solution of baking soda, water, and popcorn kernels. When you pour in your vinegar, make sure to just do a little bit at a time and do it slowly so it doesn't overflow. The website that I saw this experiment on was called One Time Through, and they said that the hopping can continue for about an hour. So if it starts to stall where nothing's really happening, you can always stir like I just did, and it will reactivate the reaction between the baking soda and the vinegar to make your popcorn hop up and down. In this experiment, we are creating a reaction between the baking soda and vinegar. When the 2 products react, they make carbon dioxide gas, water, and sodium acetate. The carbon dioxide as a gas rises to the top and creates bubbles. The kernels are denser than liquid, but when gas bubbles attach to the kernels, they become less dense than the liquid and float to the surface. Then, when the bubbles pop, they float down to the bottom. You may also notice the fizzing. You can hear it. Let me move my microphone closer and see if it can hear it. And you can also feel the little bubbles. So it's similar to when you open a bottle of pop and there's carbon dioxide in that. And then when you take off the top, it releases some of that pressure and it makes that psh noise. This week's picture book is called Doll E 1.0 by Shanda McCloskey. Charlotte is obsessed with everything STEM related, which means science, technology, engineering, and math. When Mama gives her the gift of a doll, Charlotte is confused. What is she supposed to do with this boring thing? Can Charlotte find a way to appreciate the gift, or will it end up hidden under her bed? Read Dolly 1.0 to find out. Today's chapter book is called Emmy in the Key of Code. 12-year-old Emmy has just moved to San Francisco from Wisconsin. Her parents are great musicians, and Emmy loves music, but she is a horrible musician herself. Emmy ends up in a computer coding class and loves it. She even finds a best friend, Abigail, who loves coding as much as Emmy. Only problem is, Abigail is ashamed of loving computers and wants to keep coding and Emmy a secret from her other friends. Will they be able to stay friends? Will Emmy find a new type of thing that she is good at? Find out in Emmy in the Key of Code. A cool thing about this book is it's written in a lot of coding terms and music terms throughout the book. So you'll get to know a little bit more about coding and music.